Yes, sir. It's live. Welcome to Obscure Reference, guys. My name is Mike, and with me, as always, are my faithful companions, Patrick and Miles.
Good evening.
Miles looking like an independent film.
You guys may also know Drew.
Hi. Let's take a look at Miles here with his deep V-neck tee black and white image.
I'm telling you, I've seen something just like this before, but there was a bathtub there.
It's funny that you mentioned that because we talked about because my video's in black and white right now. Me going to my bathroom and shooting from there.
This is a 1990s Levi's jeans commercial where you don't see him talking, but you hear his thoughts. So let's
but I'm not that good looking, Patrick. Come on.
True.
Lies. Yeah.
So let's just go back and forth. Here is the photo in question.
You still have it on you?
Of course I have it. It's my desktop image. Here's Miles. The photo.
Miles, just tilt your head to your left. Miles, tilt your head to your left.
I will also say at this point that if you're only listening at home, you're really only getting half the obscure reference experience.
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay. You have stories enough.
So I want to talk about how awesome Weird Al is.
Weird fucking Al Yankovic.
He has, to support his new album, his last traditional album, Mandatory Fun, he has decided to release a video every day for 8 days.
I just got that.
So far, they have been fantastic.
Oh, yeah. They're all great. The one today was pretty darn funny.
It's like Weird Al Hanukkah.
But this is probably one of the better Weird Al albums in recent memories. It does what he's always done best, as capturing the collective pop culture conscious of the time. But I think he's done it better this time than he has in Straight Outta Linwood and Alpocalypse. It's probably his best one since Running with Scissors, and Poodle Hat was really solid too. But a lot of those albums have at least one song I kind of skip over, whereas this one, every single one's pretty much a gem, and his polka medley is always on point.
You know
the polka medleys are always one of my favorite things that he does. Like, they're just so fun, and they're just so full of just whimsy.
Oh yeah, and his selections are always hilarious too.
Oh, like Wrecking Ball is in this one.
Or the Gotia is someone I used to know is in there.
Oh yeah.
This Weird Al album has sort of made me realize how little I know of contemporary music.
It's funny that you say that, because in an interview, I think with AV Club or somebody, he was talking about how he doesn't listen to a lot of contemporary pop music. He says he listens to mostly indie rock now.
Yeah, I had never heard Royals by Lord or Lorda or whatever you pronounce it.
How have you escaped that song?
I don't know how you escaped it either.
That's actually a really great album too.
Especially because you work at a school full of kids that probably sing it nonstop.
Yeah, but it's not like kids come up to me like, Mr. Burns, you need to listen to this new song. I mean, nobody comes up and shows me stuff. I mean, if they listen to stuff.
Do they treat you like the troll that hides in the closet?
I think we should actually move on from where I work.
Agreed. Yeah. I didn't mean to open up. I did not mean to open up that can of worms.
But yeah, this album's been great. I don't know if you guys have listened to the whole thing or if you've bought it. I had pre-ordered it because I'm a huge Weird Al fan. But that's one of the fun things about Weird Al is so many people do parodies nowadays, but there's something classic about him, and the fact that he's been able to make his career mostly PG and still stay funny and relevant is pretty noteworthy.
Yeah,
I mean, we're going on 25 years.
35.
35 years
I was listening to an interview. He was on this week's Comedy Bang Bang podcast, and I was listening to him and Scott Aukerman just go kind of back and forth, and he was saying that he's actually kind of excited that he's fulfilled his record contract.
Yes.
Because it's going to allow him to actually release stuff when it's at its peak of.
Yeah, he can just put it immediately on YouTube, the next day.
Right.
Yeah, that was his thing. Was now with pop culture being a lot faster than it used to be, by the time he puts out an album, the songs are too old.
Right.
I mean, when he did Straight Outta Linwood, he did American Idiot as the opening track, and that album had been out for 2.5 years by the time he put it out. So now he can kind of go ahead and make a song, release a single or an EP, and just roll with it.
I'm excited. I'm excited for Al 2 or 3.0 whenever we do get that.
Yeah, and I mean, he said he's never gonna really stop. But I mean, I'm a huge Weird Al fan, and this album, as far as the last traditional album, is a great swan song. It's got some of his best stuff. His original song that they're usually pastiches of other musicians. Like his Foo Fighters take is pitch perfect in this record. That and his Pixie song is pretty amazing.
I was never really, like, as a kid growing up listening to Weird Al, I was never really into his originals
songs?
Just because they didn't have
The
that
punch.
kind of draw, right? Yeah, as a kid, you want to hear like the funny thing about the thing that you know.
You want to hear like "Living in the Fridge" or "Smells Like Nirvana" or something like that. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, he did not hook me, I think, until Amish Paradise.
Amish Paradise is
I
fan.
think that's when I was like, oh, this is genius.
Right. Amish Paradise was the one that got everybody. However,
I mean, that's
the
like
Food
a
album is
decade.
still one of my favorites.
Yeah,
The
Food album
Food
was
album
great
was
after the Food
huge.
album.
Alapalooza was pretty great. And that had actually the first original of his that I remember. One of the two first originals was Frank's 2000-inch TV and Living in the Fridge. The Night Santa Went Crazy.
And how about the just providence of a song called Lump coming out and a movie called Gump coming out around the same time?
Right.
I bet he saw that film and he's like, this is happening. This is reality. We're making it.
So
Dexter always said "Dare to Be Stupid" is still the best Devo song.
Oh yeah, we got to.
That's a great song.
People in the chat room here.
I still only think of Dare to Be Stupid from the Transformers movie.
I have one more Weird Al thing, which I experienced last night for the first time. He did like a 10-minute song version of a parody of R. Kelly's "Trapped in the Closet."
Oh yeah, Trapped in the Drive-Thru.
Trapped in the Drive-Thru is amazing.
Yeah, it's off Straight Outta Linwood.
It is 10 minutes long, and I need that entire album now because it made me laugh over and over again. It just
I
going.
haven't heard that. I need to hear that.
Yeah, that's off the album that has it has White Nerdy and Canadian Idiot on it.
White Nerdy is pretty good too.
Yeah, no, White Nerdy.
Trapped in the Closet is already pretty much a parody of itself.
I didn't want to bring it up, but my wife had never heard of it before, and I was like, how? How have you not heard of this?
Trapped in the Closet?
Yeah.
Trapped in the Closet.
I'm gonna pull my gun.
Speaking of music, I wanted to talk about something I actually just watched today. I watched the documentary, kind of half documentary, half about the National, the group The National.
Oh, yeah.
You guys familiar with this at all?
Yes.
I don't believe I've ever heard of it.
So
I'm familiar with the band. I just don't like the band.
So I don't like the band either. I am not a fan of The National and their music in general. However, I rented the movie for 99 cents because it had a good Rotten Tomato rating, and I was reading that it was funny, I was reading that it was interesting, and even if you don't like The National, which I don't, you guys should still probably watch this documentary because it's still pretty interesting and pretty fun and pretty funny.
Okay.
It's basically
what would The National have sung or performed?
You
wouldn't have heard of them.
I'm not gonna know who they are.
Yeah.
No, they don't have a big single. They're like they were kind of an indie rock band that got really huge, and my roommate's a huge fan of them. So I'll probably actually have to watch it sometime.
I don't care for like his Chris Isaacs kind of voice that he does. But so what it is in a nutshell is it's the guy from The National, the singer Matt, and his brother Tom, who is kind of not successful in the way that the guy from The National is, and he is following them on tour as their roadie, but also making a documentary about them at the same time. But it's also a documentary about his brother, this guy Tom, about how he's not ever really been able to complete anything on his own. And so it's him making this movie, trying to get it done while also making a movie and being a roadie for the band. And it's kind of an interesting concept because you're watching kind of this guy's story unfold as you're watching and getting more information about the band, and it's really well done. And I think for the the just over an hour that it is, it's totally worth checking out.
It's only an hour.
I confuse. Yeah, he didn't really get that whole movie done, did he? I was confusing the National with Band of Horses.
Oh, Band of Horses has some good stuff.
I don't think I've heard the National. I was just looking them up.
You're not missing much.
Yeah.
People love them, though.
The National is no R. Kelly.
We're going to go back to R. Kelly really quickly.
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly?
Shh.
R. Kelly?
Might have had one or two. But the question is, we're going to play a quick game without going over. I need you guys to guess as to how many chapters are there currently in the Trapped in the Closet series.
7.
We're going to start with Mike. Mike says 7. Without going over, mind you, Drew, how many do you think there are?
24.
24 without going over.
That's what I was going to say. So I'm going to go 22.
22, and Drew is the winner!
That's what I thought.
Because there are 33 chapters.
Wait, there's 33?
Hold on. Hold on. I have to ask you guys a question. Is this all inside one closet, or is he in a series of different closets?
He is in a series of... Have you never watched Trapped in the Closet, Mike?
Not the whole thing. I just know it as a joke.
Okay, so...
And I know it as a South Park reference.
Yeah, South Park one is hilarious.
That's pretty great.
So Trapped in the Closet, I think I've seen the first 7.
I think I've seen the first 11.
Because there's different arcs. So the first arc is all about how R. Kelly is cheating on his wife, but while he's gone, his wife is cheating on him with the police officer and whatever. And
Trapped in the Closet, numbers 23 through 33 on YouTube is 40 minutes long.
Yeah, it's
who is this man?
It's hilarious because he's speak singing the entire time. It's just
speak
something.
Can you perform that? Can you even perform that? Like, or is this just like a thing that he did?
Oh, this is just a thing that he did. But eventually, later on, they get into like there's like a laundromat and some little people, and it's crazy.
Okay, so Trapped in the Closet is just the name. It's not the entire 33 chapters are trapped in the closet.
No, it's the name of the. I mean, it's a theme.
It's the series.
It's a theme.
It's the saga.
Yeah, and there are multiple people trapped in different closets.
All right, so I'm just going to read the Wikipedia. The plot of Chapter 1 is Sylvester, who's played by R. Kelly, wakes up in bed with a woman who is not his wife. As he prepares to leave, the woman tells him her husband is coming up the stairs and tells Sylvester to hide in the closet. The couple begins making love when Sylvester's cell phone rings, prompting the husband to investigate. After searching elsewhere, he slowly approaches the closet. Sylvester, prepared for a confrontation, takes out his Beretta pistol. However,
can I pull out my gun?
However, the pistol he reveals is actually a Colt 1911. Wait, what? What happened? Was it a Beretta or was it a Colt? All right. So the ending cliffhanger. Now he's opening the closet. I'm sorry. We're going to have to stop this podcast. I'm just going to have to read all 33 chapters. This is...
You should do...
time to just watch it.
do the audiobook version of Trapped in the Closet, Patrick.
Oh.
Well, I've already looked up the lyrics, and I was about to link them to people, but how can I link this to
next week?
Google Hangouts?
Well, no, Mike's not going to be here next week.
Are we going to do live dramatic reading of Trapped in the Closet?
We have to.
I think we could sing it. We could make our own beat.
No.
No, we'll figure out a way to do this.
Let's save that for another week when we're prepared for it.
Save it for off.
Mike, didn't you have a question for the show?
Nope.
I have no game this week. I'm grasping at straws.
No, he did. He told me to remind him.
I did have a weird question. So I somehow go through shoes very quickly. I bought a pair of shoes about 3-4 months ago that I'm already needing to replace because I have just ruined them. I don't know what I do with shoes.
Hoof foot?
No.
Clawed toes?
However, I am interested. I have never worn a pair of Nikes in my life, and I'm thinking about getting some Nikes, guys.
All right.
What say you about your shoe preferences?
They are certainly shoes.
I'm a Converse Puma person myself.
See, I can't wear Converse because they've always been uncomfortable for me. Like I've always worn Adidas, and until I went to Merrell's, So
Puma's always been like super comfortable for me.
I've liked Pumas. I wear Asics right now. Onizuka Taiga.
So I'm checking out these Nike Frees because they're kind of meant for like that kind of
They're
not
like this-
minimalist feel,
The minimalist sole, kind of lightweight, super
but
lightweight.
more so,
feel.
more so kind of on the minimalist side, I guess. I don't know. Just curious. I've never worn Nikes, so I didn't know what you guys think about shoes. What are
I
your
haven't
shoe
worn a pair
So
of
preferences?
join the
Nikes.
conversation. Hashtag Mike's shoes.
Hashtags Mikey's
That is
Nikes.
I haven't worn a pair of Nikes since I was probably 12.
Yeah.
Hashtag Big Decision 2014. Can Mike do
Decision.
it? We'll find out.
Indecision 2014. I need
Nike
shoe
or
companies-
Reebok?
I need shoe companies to campaign for me.
We can get some sponsorship going on here. Nike, if you're listening and you would like to sponsor,
Actually, we do
Yeah.
have some
And-
feedback. Dexter always says Saucony's are quite company.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well, and we can always tell Nike that we already have their ad campaign worked out, Mikey's Nikes, and look, we've done all the work for them.
I'm honestly surprised that's never been done before.
Mike's Nikes. How about that?
Mike's Nikes.
Mike's and Ikes is delicious candy that I often will pass over in favor of more chocolatey candy at the movie theater.
Generally, same. So last week, Drew and I lightly touched on this, but we all bought Killzone, Mike, Drew, and I, for the PS4. Now that Mike is here and we've all kind of played it for a little bit, I figured we would talk about a little bit about our impressions of the game. I think Drew and I kind of come in the...
I don't want to have this conversation with you guys because you
No,
guys are
guys,
chumps.
I could not.
No, I'm
believe it.
talking to you on the
I-
game.
I was hoping you
The
guys.
second time I played, I had a much easier time with it. I just still don't think it's very good. And it's not going to get played now that the Destiny beta is out. So, sorry, Killzone. You ain't going to get played because Destiny beta is out.
He's in the corner.
I mean, I think I've finished about probably 60% of the game. Like, I complained about it, but I went through it.
I got to the
I-
second mission where you're on the spaceship, and
I
I
think
just
that-
started it, and that's where I quit.
The Killzone games have always been competent games. I've never thought they were stellar. I've always just thought they were fun. I like the feel of them. This one is the same,
It seems cool. I like the style. I
and
don't-
it's gorgeous.
It is a
It is
very
a
pretty game.
Pretty game. And your dude is super short.
I know. So that's always really, really pissed me off about these games is the height at which your character stands.
You know what's funny?
on,
I didn't
I
really
just
notice
saw-
that
hold
as much
on, I
until you
just
said
saw-
something, Mike.
Patrick is bored, so he's flying a Gundam in front
I've
of.
been waiting all night for you to bring up the topic of the game I've not touched yet.
Right.
Play with my toys up
So,
to date.
yeah, so anyways, long story short, it's always something that's bothered me in the Killzone games where you walk up to another NPC and you are like eye level with like the bottom of their chest.
Yeah, no,
It's super
it's funny.
weird.
I didn't really notice that until you said something, and I was in a more
Like
NPC heavy
yeah,
area,
Right.
and I was like, man, I thought I was ducking half the time, and like, no, your character's just short, and it's really, really jarring. Now that
It's
you
really
mention
weird because you don't notice it and then all of a sudden you come
do.
across an NPC and you're like, oh, weird, you are
And-
double my height.
I would not have noticed it if you hadn't said something. But
I
like,
wouldn't either.
When you're a little boy at the beginning and you're like 8 years old, but you're still only waist height. That's
Like further than that, like you're more like butt height
yeah.
with papa.
Anyway,
It's
So
like
let's
Destiny
see.
beta. Beautiful.
Destiny
enjoying it.
beta.
I'm
so
still
far.
downloading it.
Yep.
I have gotten to watch the little intro sequence, which I can't remember if it was in the alpha or not.
It wasn't. No.
And you get dropped off at the little place with all the messed up cars that I randomly found in the alpha.
And they
Just
say
because I went
something
exploring.
in the beginning of the alpha. The ghost dude pops out and goes, "Hey, you've been dead for a really long time," which is just a
Wow.
weird little thing that he says. Like, I want to know what that like.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, that's one of the first lines of dialogue. He's like, "Hey, take it easy. You've been dead for a really long time."
There's so much about this story that I'm excited to hear. I mean, it's getting late. I kind of want to quit doing this so I can go and play that.
We've only been doing this for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Can't
help it.
One of the things that
we shouldn't have talked about the drug-like addicting video game you guys are jonesing to play minutes from now.
That Destiny!
What was that, Drew? I didn't hear you.
Destiny Nights, Destiny Dreams.
Destiny!
A piece of
You're
news
talking
that
to me.
I'm sure if you are friends with me on Facebook, you have seen me got super excited about.
Miles
is
got
that-
engaged! Whoa!
No.
Congratulations, Miles.
No.
I'm sure he's going to be a lovely bride. The Russian sailor. Trying to tie it back. I'm sorry.
All right, so as you well know, they are making a new Power Rangers film, and they have employed the writers of X-Men, First Class, and Days of Future Past to write it, and the producer of Amazing Spider-Man and Star Trek is going to produce it. That was
Yeah.
announced this week,
I did hear about that.
and I am super, super excited about that.
Yeah, I'm excited about a Power Rangers movie. I'm kind of into Power Rangers, but I really want to watch a lot more of the actual Sentai shows now instead of the Power Rangers shows.
Oh no, I totally get that because I've been watching some Sentai stuff too. But what excites this for me is you actually have real writers trying to make real dialogue into these films, as opposed
If they don't
to
bring back the original Zordon, I'm not.
see.
gonna...
That's what I want them to remake Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That's what I want it to be.
Alpha. Like, I don't want Tom Hardy to be Zordon. Actually, I do want Tom Hardy to be Zordon.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
I
I want Tom Hardy to say, "I need 5 teenagers with attitudes."
I need 5 teenagers with attitudes.
Christopher Walken as Zordon.
I need 5 teenagers with attitudes.
What have I told you about your power morphers?
Danny DeVito has Alpha 5.
What the shit you mean I gotta find these kids?
Ay.
Oh, that's great. I like that. I like the ridiculous casting of these characters.
Why did I go? The first actor I thought of was Danny DeVito. Like,
That is kind of strange.
perfect.
It's
perfect
good.
casting.
I agree.
He's
Yeah.
everything.
Actually, now I want Sweet D to be Rita Repulsa.
Christian Bale as Jason, the Red Ranger.
No, that's not gonna happen.
No, well, obviously it's Christian Bale as.
Where's the morphers? Where are
As the
they?
Red Ranger.
Oh, good for you! You're tearing down the city. Good. Oh, good for you.
It's true, guys.
But yeah, I'm really excited about that. And the trailer for was it Big Hero 6 came out today or yesterday.
Another trailer, and it's still.
Well, it's the full length trailer, and it looks amazing.
No, it doesn't.
What?
Still haven't watched the teaser or the trailer.
They showed the animations of like the other characters and like their suits, and it doesn't look that great.
Yeah, it does.
I'm not excited yet. Not excited.
Did you not watch the 2-minute trailer for the whole story stuff?
No, I'm pretty sure
The one that was released this week?
I did watch a new one this week, and it did not blow my socks off. We're talking about the one where you get he's finally in the suit, and there's like they show a whole bed of him in the police station, right? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's. I mean, did you laugh? Did you find?
Yeah, I thought it was great. I mean, especially the bit where the balloon dude is trying to sneak in the house and his batteries are going out. See, you're laughing.
I'm laughing at you. I want Incredibles 2.
You're getting Incredibles 2.
This seems like it's in the way. It's coming first. I'm unhappy about that.
Well, this is a Disney movie, not a Pixar film.
They're basically the same.
Not at all.
The other
Guys, I have watched Toy Story 2 in the last 2 weeks at least 3 times a day.
All right.
I'm super tired of Toy Story 2.
Maybe
Time to show him Toy Story 3.
I think it.
too scary.
I think that I don't like Toy Story. I enjoyed the movies when they were in theaters, but I think when it comes down to it, I do not enjoy the Toy Story films.
Do you think this is gonna happen with you and Batman?
It makes me question whether or not I ever liked Toy Story.
Oh, wow.
And no, because my son watches the same 3 episodes of Batman: The Brave and the Bold over and over again, and that doesn't bother me. He's only watched the first half of the first episode of Batman the Animated Series. Doesn't bother me. But I cannot watch Toy Story 2 again. I can't watch it again. Don't want to watch it. Everyone is asleep right now. Play a game.
Well, as I said, I was trying to pull a game out of Trapped in the Closet, but I did so much prep for the other show, I didn't really have a game for tonight, unless we wanted to continue playing a kind of a new game.
Sorry, Dexter realized it's Show 'em Puppet Master. No more Toy Story.
Oh, goodness, no.
That would be amazing.
That's terrible.
I have the Blu-ray if you want to borrow it.
Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, it's a Blu-ray.
How
So
kind.
Hey,
get it.
you will never have to watch Toy Story again, I promise you.
All right, game time. Listen up. The game is one that's a spiritual connector to a game we just played on the More You Nerd podcast. This one's called Terrible Sequels, and I'm very excited because I've done no prep work for this. This is a game that we're all going to play in, including myself. We're going to go around.
Squeakles.
God.
Hold on, let me explain the rules. I gotta think them up first. I'm thinking up rules. So we are going to give each of us a movie, and then we have to make the next sequel and give us everyone the title and make it the worst title possible. So I need to think of an example. Star Wars Episode 7, Jedi Jar Jar would be an example of that. So we're the next movie sequel, and make it
Asylum
terrible.
style.
So, and then you're the judge. Whoever gets the points,
Wait,
of the one that
so
you suggest.
Are we making movie sequels, or are we coming up with Asylum-style names?
No. This is a different game. We're just making movie sequels that will make sure that is a terrible film. Terrible movie sequel.
Okay.
So we can each play this. Does anybody have just a movie to start with? And if you do, you will be the judge of that round. I can start if no one does.
Go ahead.
Star Trek.
Okay, so is this a sequel to
Into Darkness.
Star Trek Into Darkness? All right, so Star Trek. No colon. Star Trek. Into Red Boxes Immediately is the next movie.
So cynical.
Well, that's my play style.
Star Trek, don't worry, give it 20 minutes, your eyes will adjust.
Are you referencing the lens flares?
No, the fact that it's all dark. They're now the second one was Into Darkness. Now they're just in darkness. You're not gonna see anything. You can't see anything.
Okay.
It was a thinker. You'd get that
Yeah.
later. Mike, are you with us?
Star Trek. The Last Cylon.
I would watch that.
I'm giving it to Drew.
Drew's got a point.
The Last Cylon. Mike is tired, y'all. He is tired.
Drew, do you have a title for us now, and you get to be judge? Judge, jury, and possibly executioner if someone has a terrible answer.
Well, that just makes me think of Judge Dredd, but Judge Dredd or Dredd.
Got one immediately. Judge Dredd, Special Victims Unit.
Oh, damn it. That's a good
That's
one.
good.
That's good.
That's really good.
That's good.
I'll just give myself points right now.
Yeah. Mike, you have one?
Judge Dredd and Judge Dredd versus the Teletubbies.
Mike is so tired. You can tell.
Judge Dredd and Son.
Okay. I have another answer, which would be Judge Judy Dredd.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
So who? got it, Drew?
Patrick won, but for the first one and not that terrible second one.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give myself 5 points for both. Of those.
And then -5 for that second one.
I'm giving myself as many points as that one. Mike or Miles, do you want to give us a movie?
How about
give us a film, and then you get to be judge.
okay, so the film is let's go Blade Runner.
Blade Runner, and they might make a sequel. They might make a sequel to Blade Runner. All right, so it's Blade Runner 2. Literally everybody on planet Earth is an android.
All right, next.
Blade Runner 2, Slice of Life. It's a family comedy.
All right.
I got it. Blade, Slice. I got it.
All right,
See, I was
Miles.
Blade Runner 2, Blades of Glory.
All right, Drew, you win.
It's so funny. Joe, you win. All right, good. Miles, give us a movie.
Oh man, Dexter always said, Judge Dredd, Drop Dead Dredd.
Oh,
That's
wow.
a good one.
Dexter got that round. I'm putting Dexter on the board. Giving my point to him, actually.
All right, it's getting
All right,
late. I say
let's
we
look.
do one more of these.
One more round, and then let's call it.
Do you want to get a video or do you want to get a movie from the chat room?
Yeah, let's get one from the chat room.
So we'll just talk for 5 minutes about nothing before the chat room catches up to us. This is a good idea, Drew. I'm glad I said it out live on air.
Miles,
Yeah,
give us one real quick.
Sorry that we're a little under the weather this week. Everyone's kind of been feeling a little garbage, and so we recorded later than we meant to. So it's a short episode this week.
We're
As far
recording
as
the same time we meant to.
Exact same time.
Exact same time.
I'm
It's
feeling
just been a
fine.
long week. Long week.
so for until chat room catches up, how about a sequel to
Squeakquel.
yeah, Alvin and the Chipmunks? Let's go.
Well, there already was a Squeakquel.
I know. There's been 3 of them. There's been
Alright, so this will
Squeakquel
be
and Chipwreck.
This will be like the 4th.
It will be the 4th.
Very long
All right,
trilogy.
Alvin and Chipmunks Lost in New York.
That seems like it would be the actual film. That's not terrible. I would watch that.
Alvin and the Chipmunks and the Chipettes and Dave and Dynamite and the Wacky Racers.
Alvin and the Chipmunks meet the Beast Warriors.
Alvin and the
Beast Warrior.
I'm playing to my audience of Miles, which is a horror fan. Alvin and the Chipmunkapede. It's a centipede made of chipmunks.
Oh, I have the worst image in my head right now.
One of them eats the acorn, and the other is just.
No. Lost in New York wins. No, God.
I even mentioned the Chipettes. That's a deep cut, baby.
I know. I love the Chipettes.
Alvin the Chipmunks.
It's a deep character.
Alvin and the Chipmunks at the Exterminator.
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
At the exterminator. They go to the exterminator.
Hey, chat room, stop partaking in the game and start suggesting us movies.
Alvin and the Chipmunks at the rodent POW camp.
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Dexter Riley wrote Alvin the Chipmunks, Jason Lee's career's in the shitter.
Mike, do you have another movie? Just top of your head.
No.
Any movie.
Throw Mama from the train.
That's like the first thing that comes into your mind.
Okay,
Patrick in the
Patrick
chat room
says
says
Sequel to
Running
Running
Man.
All right. The Sitting Man. So tired.
A tribute to Mike, The Sleeping Man.
The Taking a Nap Man. All right.
Yeah.
We're done. Check us out, themoreyounerd.com, facebook.com/obscure reference, twitter.com @obscureshow.
At the Exterminator.
Terminator.
Alvin and the Chipmunks get euthanized.
We'll see you guys.
And the sequel, Alvin and the fuck.
Alvin.
Alvin and the Chipmunks get toothanized.
We apologize. We'll be back next week. Harder, better, faster, stronger.
And we already know Mike is not going to be here.
Zac Efron and the Chipmunks.
I think I know what the episode title is going to be, guys. I think I know. I don't have a crystal ball in front of me, but I'm pretty sure I can foresee the title of this episode already.
Zac Efron and the Chipmunks.
We got it. Lock it in.
Tooth and eyes.
Deuces and gooses, everybody.
Bye-bye.